Hello everyone, Jeff from RespawnStudios.com back with episode 9 of Just a Taste for
Resident Evil 5.
Because come on, how can you not include that? So yeah, this is the Just a Taste episode for Resident Evil 5. And it's kind of crazy, at least to me, to think about, but this game is almost 3 years old. I think it came out in February of 2009. I know it came out in 2009. It might have been March, but I think it's February. But anyway, I bring that up because to me this is still, if not the best looking video game of all time, at least one of them. But I'm going to start by showing you all the different extras, because you can actually beat the game if you have souped up weapons or a good partner or both in under 4 hours, but I'm going to show you all of the reasons to keep playing. So that first tab was all the things I've died to. Here's what I've killed. I've killed a fish. You can kill chickens, crocodiles, all of the regular enemies. It tracks your accuracy with every gun, how many times you fired. I've fired over 50,000 bullets with the turret. There you see my total playtime. I've played almost 80 hours. Absolutely love this game. 100% complete, all of the emblems. So it keeps track of all those stats under your records, and then on the play game tab you can go to all of these other options. For the extra content, there are 2 DLCs, Lost in Nightmares, which is amazing. It is in the style of the original Resident Evils, which is much more survival horror, where this new game is much more just third-person action adventure. It's not so much about the horror or surviving, but Lost in Nightmares, one of the DLC cases, is, and it's awesome. This is the other DLC case, Desperate Escape, which is a lot like the game itself, Resident Evil 5. But again, it's fun because this is a great game. You could also go to these special settings, and within this you could select different costumes. I think you have to buy the warrior and the zebra outfit I'm wearing now. But you always start with one. I think you can unlock 1 or 2 others just by beating the game. You could even change the filter, the graphics filter. You could have it classic horror, which is more black and white. Retro, you could do noise, which is like Silent Hill. That's what that game uses, the noise filter. So it's like grainy. But yeah, there's a lot to do. There's the Mercenaries mode and the Versus modes, which I haven't even gotten to, which are the multiplayer. If you're not doing co-op, you could fight each other. You could fight off waves of enemies. There's a lot of cool modes like that. But I'm going to show you the standard campaign because that's how I roll in this series. If you're doing single player and you go back to do a chapter select, you can be either Chris or Sheva, each of the main characters. And if you're doing co-op, you could be one or the other, obviously. So here's the inventory management, which you get to do between every subchapter. So there are health packs, there are all the different guns, there's ammo, there's some special things like the vests, which give you some more protection from melee or bullets. And then you probably see that tab at the bottom next to inventory is treasures. You could pick up different jewels and things to sell for money, so you could buy more ammo or health items or whatever. And here I'm going to show you real quick some things you could buy. There are the 2 vests, which are always good to have. First aid sprays, different guns. And I'm going to give you another sort of spoiler-esque thing. If you beat the game in under 4 hours, it might actually be under 5 hours, you get the unlimited rocket launcher. And then you have the option to turn on unlimited ammo, infinite ammo, which you purchase using points for beating various chapters of the game. And you could, if you fully upgrade each of the guns in the game, you could then buy infinite ammo for the gun that you fully upgraded. So you can have full unlimited ammo with every gun if you want to do that. It totally breaks the game, but it's so much fun. Alright, so I've skipped the opening cutscenes, and now this is what the standard game looks like. Hopefully you agree with me that it's amazing looking. Just graphically, it's awesome. I could just not talk and just show the video, and it would do the game justice enough, I think. So there you see guys kicking a sack, which seems to have a person in it, and then they give you the stink eye, LOL. So we're heading to this butchery to pick up our weapons. But since we already have weapons, we're not going to have to do that. You could just choose one of the weapons. And again, I'll be skipping all these little cutscenes just so you could see some gameplay. So there's the case where you could pick up the pistol. But I just equip one of the pistols I have and turn around. That cutscene is just crazy. No matter what outfit she's wearing, it's always like cleavage, and it's just something that they do. There's always some sort of little humor things within the game, so it's nice. Alright, so coming up here, I'm going to use my knife, which you could always do by hitting the left bumper. Or actually, I think it's left trigger. Now I'm going to sound like an idiot as always. I can't even think of what it was, even though I just did this. The herbs are your standard health items. You could also get first aid sprays. You can combine herbs. You can combine 2 green herbs or a green and a red. If you combine a green and a red, it becomes a full health item. If you combine 2 greens, just I think gives you about half health. And if it's a green, it gives you like a quarter or a fifth of your health. Alright, so this is a pretty epic cutscene, but again, I decided not to include it for the sake of time. I wanted to show you gameplay. But it involves stuff coming out of a guy's eyes, so we'll leave it at that. There are a lot of button press sequences like that.
We should keep moving.
A lot of them are harder, where you have to do it at a specific time. There, you just hit X and you do a scripted sequence of jumping out the window, but sometimes you have to hit buttons to avoid attacks from bosses and different things, so be aware during cutscenes that you might have to hit buttons, because otherwise you will die if you fail, so always be on the lookout for those. I guess I'll just talk about the HUD. It's, again, a very minimal HUD, which I always appreciate. I just want to see the game. I don't care about all these different bars and stats. So the bottom right, it shows you the green bar going all the way around is your health and your partner's health, you see. And then it shows your gun, and then underneath the gun it shows your ammo. So it's the infinity symbol because it's unlimited ammo. I have that selected. Otherwise, you do usually have a difficult time getting enough ammo, especially on veteran or professional, which takes a lot of ammo to kill any enemy. And you take much more damage. And there are also some co-op actions like this. We have to hit B and then your partner has to hit B. Sometimes it switches, doors, different things throughout the game. And as always, a game like this is much better done in co-op. It's so much more fun. And it's kind of designed for co-op because you have to use your partner to help. And the AI just isn't as good as a good friend. So I always suggest doing co-op games as co-op games. They're still fun in single player, but it's just infinitely more fun in co-op. I'm actually going to show this cutscene because this will be our teaser to end the video. These aren't your standard zombies, which Resident Evil is probably known for. These are called Majini. And Resident Evil 4 kind of started with the idea of this, with the Ouroboros guys. They're not zombies per se. They're infected by this little virus black thing that starts to turn them into this like mindless zombie-esque person. So this is a guy pumping up the infected crowd. And this big execution guy who, spoiler alert, you're going to have to fight, chops off that guy's head. Alright, and that'll do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.